Chapter Review 3, question number 6. The labeling on bags of garden compost indicates that the bags have a mass of 20 kg. The actual masses of a random sample of 50 bags are summarized in the table opposite. On a graph paper, draw a histogram of these data. We need to draw a histogram. So, for drawing a histogram, on the x-axis, we have the class interval, which is represented by this column, and on the y-axis, we have the frequency density. We calculate the frequency density by the formula. Frequency density is equal to frequency divided by the class width. So let's see how to calculate the frequency density for the first class interval. So frequency density is frequency divided by class width. Frequency is 1. Class width is 14.8 minus 14.6. Therefore, we have frequency density equal to 1 divided by 0.2, which is 5. Therefore, the height of the first column will be 5 on the y-axis. And in this way, we will complete the histogram. And here is an extract of the answer. Moving on to part B, estimate the mean and the standard deviation of the mass of bag of compost. First, we will calculate the mean. We are already given sigma Fy here, which means the mid-x value multiplied by the frequency plus mid-x value multiplied by frequency all till the end. And that we divide by 50, which is the total frequency. And this is our answer for the mean, 19.777. Moving on to the next part, calculation of standard deviation. Standard deviation is the mean of the squares. So here are already our squares given. We just need to take their mean by dividing them by 50 and then subtract the square of the mean, which we have already calculated in the first part. And we get our standard deviation as 0.963 to 3 significant figures. Moving on to the next part, part C, using linear interpolation, estimate the median. Now here we have got the number of bags, which is discrete data. Therefore, our median is going to be n plus 1 divided by 2. And as per the calculation, we get 25.5. We need to do interpolation. So the value 25.5 comes into which class interval? We need to check that. For that, we need to have the cumulative frequency. So here is our cumulative frequency. The 25.5th value comes in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth class interval. So here we write the class interval, which is the fifth class interval, which is from 20 to 20.2 here. In between, we need to find the median, and the frequency before the fifth class interval was 12 cumulative frequency, and up till the fifth class interval 34, and we are looking for the 25.5th value. So we calculate Q2. By calculation, we get Q2 as 20.123, and that is the median. Moving on to part D, one measure of skewness is given by 3 into mean minus median divided by standard deviation. So we can calculate whether the data is positively skewed or negatively skewed by using the formula which is given in part D. So we just need to plug in the values. So 3 into the mean minus the median divided by the standard deviation, and we get a negative value, and that is our answer for part D. Next, moving on to part E, comment on the skewness of the distribution of the weights of bag. As we can see that our answer is negative, therefore part E answers the distribution of weights of bags of compost is negatively skewed.